Hi, my name's Ian, and today I'll be talking about the introduction as well as the company profile, and I also show the target market that they're actually targeting as well. So, what company we're doing is actually Mount Avoca, and they're actually an organic winemaking vineyard that actually was founded in the 1970 by the Berries family. And so they're actually located right outside the town of Avoca, hence the name Mount Avoca. And over their few years, or 25 years plus of established operations, they've actually delved themselves well in the commercial world, and they've actually been doing well for themselves. So currently operating under their third generation, they actually practice an environmental ethos, where it means that they actually organically make their wine in their own handheld cellars, thus awarding them actually with Australian officially certified organic award. And so Mount Avoca actually has a 5 red star holiday rating, which means that to get that rating means a lot, and that would mean that they're actually one of the best in the industry itself. And so with such a thriving success in the domestic level, it is believed that Mount Avoca can succeed in the international market as well. So Mount Avoca also, based on their product offerings, has a high assortment of multiple varieties of product that they offer in range. However, they are actually known for a range called the estate range, which means that they actually want to capture the uniqueness of the Pyrenees region and to be basically a true example of what Victorian wine actually tastes like. So right now, as of this moment in Australia domestic, they're actually targeting wine enthusiasts and lovers. And so based on the statistical data by Johan Brewer, a researcher in the University of South Australia, he actually provides some statistics that may show you our age group that we are targeting. So come here with me. So as you can see from the table right here, the age group that we are currently targeting, and Mount Avoca should be targeting as well, is 45 to 55 years old. And so as you can see, they actually contribute to around 29.7% of the total wine consumption in the market in Australia. And so this actually has a notion by Johan Brewer where he says that the total wine consumption increases as your age grows older. As you can see, there's around 65% of the total wine consumption in that model itself coming from 45 years and older. And so there's actually a new study that was done by Dr. Naomi, and she mentions that wine benefits more than it brings danger to people who are like 50 and older. And so this would actually make it so that this is a big opportunity for Mount Avoca to exploit and to reach a broader market, as well as to increase more sales. And as such, this could probably open up to a health-conscious market, or even a market where consumers are much older. And so for the target market explanation, I will pass it on to Arun. Back to the couch.
As Ian said, the market that we've decided to target is based purely on demographic factors. When we look at the figure on our left, wine lovers in Australia are aged between the ages of 45 and 55 years old. Due to the similarities between Canada and Australia, we can use the same age range and target that market in Canada. With a population of around 37 million and census data showing us that there are about 5 million people in Canada currently between this age group, this provides Mount Avoca with a big market to implement their wines. Furthermore, geographical features such as having a high density urban area in Australia provide wine lovers, and thus gives us the opportunity to target Toronto, as this fits our traits, and that's where we will start implementing the wines. Follow me over here and I'll give you the economic environment in Canada, and we'll see why that works for Mount Avoca's favour. When looking into the economical environment in Canada, factors such as the GDP, inflation rate and wages need to be analysed. In 2018, the GDP of Canada stood at around $1,700 billion US dollars, which is paired with an increase of 0.9% in the last financial quarter. What this shows is that it provides Mount Avoca with a high and steady market to implement their wines due to high GDP correlating directly with either an increase in income or an increase in expenditure, which both benefit Mount Avoca. Canada, as of June 2019, also saw an increase in wages by 2.8%, paired with the GDP increase, as well as the lowest ever unemployment rate in 43 years, sitting at 5.4%. This further gives us more evidence of a increasing consumer buyer power in the Canadian market, which benefits Mount Avoca. Furthermore, what we can see by this graph here is that over 88% of the country currently are actively internet users, whether that be on a mobile phone or a laptop. This then provides a big market for online advertising, but I'll leave that for Wayne to give you guys a deeper insight into the cultural environment in Canada.
The cultural aspects of wine play a significant role in the wine industry. Wine has evolved as a part of life, culture, and diet since many years ago. It is a cultural symbol of fine life. It is more than just something to be enjoyed. It acts as a signifier, a reflection of an individual's taste and personality, and it also acts as an instrument for bonding. Although the wine market has a strong threat of substitute for other alcoholic beverages such as spirits or beers, in Canada, wine plays a more symbolic role in their society and culture. As a global marketer, while exporting wine to Canada from Australia, it is important to analyze factors that could influence consumer behavior. According to research, Canadians have a preference for locally produced wine and wine with lower prices. However, with today's ever-changing culture, consumers are expected to have a change in dietary preferences, moving towards a more diversified perception. Moving on, in terms of the marketing mix strategies, first of all, a price strategy that will be utilized is the market skimming strategy. As we are focusing on a concentrated global marketing strategy, otherwise known as niche marketing, we are aiming at a deeper depth into Toronto's depth rather than a wide national breadth. That said, products will mainly be charged at a premium price for its premium quality. Research has shown that consumers are increasingly preferable over high-quality wines to be enjoyed as a part of a modern lifestyle. In terms of the product strategy, a global product expansion approach that will be used is the extension strategy. Findings from a journal article have revealed that wine consumers in Canada showed high interest in purchasing equally labeled wine and are more willing to pay a higher price for it. Moving on, two main elements from the promotional mix that will be used are paid and interpersonal. These promotional strategies include advertising, sales promotion, and trade shows. We aim to focus largely on the advertising in this case. Lastly, positioning and distribution plays a significant role in global expansion. According to research, supermarkets account for almost 35% of the distribution market in Canada. It is extremely important to have access to good distribution channels. Therefore, focusing more towards supermarkets or specialty stores will be helpful for the global expansion. I will now pass over to Jovias to talk about the political environment.
Canada and Australia currently has a bilateral free trade agreement, which is an agreement only between those two countries. This agreement helps Australian industries do business within Canada, but also help them become more competitive due to special tariff rates. The agreement also gives freedom of not requiring license or permit to import most goods into Canada. However, there are some restrictions on the quantity of goods imported. Next, product labeling. The Consumer Packaging and Labeling Act requires all packaged consumer products to display accurate details and important facts that will allow the consumers to make informed decisions. For example, the origin of the product, what the package contains, and the product identity. The label is also required to be bilingual, which is both in English and French. Mount Avoca may need to redesign their labels to include both of these languages. Product certifications. Product entering Canada may receive directions from the Standards Council of Canada to get certifications through testing by accredited organizations. This also includes wine products, which means Mount Avoca would need to get their certifications from the Canadian General Standards Board. The scope of the standardization controls the labels on the product, as well as the wording on the label. Lastly, all wine and alcoholic beverages sales are required to go through the Canadian Association of Liquor Jurisdiction. This association oversees 13 provinces across Canada, and their main purpose is to create a fair and ethical business environment for all alcoholic beverages. However, in 2018, the Australian government submitted a complaint to the World Trade Organization regarding unfair competition of imported wines. Market access, product markups, and taxes that go through the federal government may be discriminating on imported wines. There are also unfair advantages on the local vineyards by having them exclusive access within retail grocery stores.
To summarize, the market that Mount Avoca should target in Canada are the individuals between the ages of 45 and 55 years old, as this statistically provides the highest number of wine drinkers. Their potential success in the Canadian market will be a result of a few factors, such as the free trade agreements between our two countries, the ease of promotion through the internet for the product, the ability to charge a premium price for the premium product due to the income of their target market, and the increased buying power in the consumers in Canada due to the increased GDP and an increase in wages.